The tutorial today is showing you how to make the beaded cluster earrings. The supplies you'll need include a variety of small rocaille or seed beads. For this tutorial, I'm going to use only the rocaille beads. And you'll need approximately, if you're using the rocaille beads, 140 to 200 beads. It just depends on how many clusters you want to add. You will need 2 earring hooks. You'll need 2 to 3 inch small chain segments, and the amount of links that are on that chain again will depend on how many clusters you want to attach. You'll need 20 to 30 head pins. You'll need a pair of round nose pliers, needle nose pliers, and wire cutters. So let's begin. Okay, I'm going to show you now how to make one of the clusters that will hang from your earrings. So you could refer to this, the whole earring as a cluster and this particular part as a segment. For the sake of the tutorial, that's actually what we'll refer to it as. So I'm going to show you how to make this particular segment here, which includes a head pin and 7 rocaille beads. So I'm going to stay with that, and I'm not going to do a pattern, although that's certainly possible if you would like to do that. I've seen these done before where there's a where they kind of transition from one color to the next, kind of make a gradient, which looks really nice. So start by your beads are going to slide on and hit the bottom of the head pin. So in no particular order, I'm going to slide on 7 of them. So it's 4, 5, 6, and 7. From here, you're going to need to make the loop. That loop is what's going to attach to your chain so that the segments can hang to create that overall cluster. When you cut this, you want to allow enough room to be able to use your round nose pliers and make a loop at the top. So about a 1/2 inch is accurate. So snip that off and take the very tip of the round nose pliers and grab a hold of the end of your head pin, and then you're just going to spin it to make that loop. And at this point, it really doesn't have to be all that perfect. Normally when we make loops in class, I have the kids go back and bend the loop back so that it's centered over the head pin, which I've done on this particular example. But you're going to end up opening this loop back up to attach it onto the onto the chain anyway. So it kind of is going to mess it up. That's why I tell them not really to bother with that at this point. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to make 8 more of these because I want to have 10 that hang from each chain. So I'm going to show you how to make one full earring, and then I'll show you the pair at the end. So when I come back, I'll have all 10 made, and I'll show you how to begin attaching them to the chain. Now that all 10 of the segments are made, I'm ready to begin connecting them to the chain. So this chain has 11 links in it, and I have 10 segments here. So I'm going to begin by attaching them at one end or the other, it doesn't matter, and building my way up. So I'll end up having one segment on each link, and they'll just kind of hang on their own. You don't have to make sure that you place them in a certain spot on the link. They tend to just kind of fill in on their own. They do a good job at that. And then you'll leave one link that will be for the top that you'll attach your ear wire to, the ear hook. So to do this, you're going to take one of your segments and you can take either the round nose pliers or the needle nose pliers, and you're going to open your loop back up. And I know you're probably thinking, well, this seems like it was pointless to make that loop to begin with, but that's what holds your beads on, and now you already have that shape working for you. So I'm going to put that on the very bottom link of my chain, and I'm going to use my round nose pliers to close that loop back up and make sure that that's closed tightly. So now I have one hanging there, and now I'm going to go on to that second link and attach my next segment. You want to make sure that you are getting it onto the second link. A lot of times kids want to, they end up bunching them, you know, I'll end up seeing 3 or 4 on that same link. You really need to make sure that each one gets on its own individual link. So, I'm going to hold it up and make sure you put it on the right one. Close your loop back up again. And now you can see how they're starting to stagger just slightly there. So I've got one on the bottom and then one on the second to the last link. And the size of these vary, each little segment, the size varies because the bead sizes vary slightly. So this one happens to appear where the bottom one is not much longer than the second one, but it is on the correct link. So I'm going to continue adding these on, and when I come back, I'll have all of them on, and I'll show you the last step, which is connecting your ear hook. Now I have all of my segments, so all 10 segments attached to my chain. This is just an extra head pin that I bent to hold that last link so that you could kind of see where the start is, the top of it. So you can see now how they all taper down. And what we're going to do is attach the ear wire, ear hook, whatever you want to refer to it as, on this earring like I have here. So to do that, let me take this off. I'm going to open the loop on the ear wire. So just open that up. I'm going to slide that into that last link that I had. So that should be your 11th link, the one that doesn't have a segment on it. And I'm just going to close the loop back up. Okay? So there is your pair of beaded cluster earrings all finished. Please visit our website at www.cnhsart.com